What's up, guys? I'm back today with another Pocket GM basketball video on the channel, and in today's video we will be simming through an entire season on this game, kind of taking a look at everything, how the season plays out, how the simulation plays out, and everything like that. So we're going to be picking the Golden State Warriors as our team. They're kind of maybe like a top 10 kind of team that would be kind of competing for a playoff spot and be able to kind of get out of the play-in tournament games and hopefully not even be in those games. So let's see how this season does end up going. We do have a top player in 90 overall. Fairly certain he's the best, if not one of the best or few best players in the league. So we're going to be going through this entire season, seeing how our team does, kind of checking out the stats and everything like that, and just kind of seeing how the season plays out. And maybe, just maybe, this series can turn into a full-on series, and maybe I will do an entire second season and turn this into kind of like a franchise mode or a dynasty or whatever, and make this a full-on series on the channel. There obviously being 82 games in the NBA regular season, we're not really going to go super in-depth on any of these games, just really going to sim through this really quickly, get through the season, and we'll stop at the halfway point, take a look and see how the team is doing there, and then obviously we'll sim through the final 41 or 40-ish kind of games and finally get to the playoffs and see what this team can do. So we're going to sim through this season really quickly, get through all the games. Obviously you can slow sim these games and head right into each one and go through each quarter and everything like that, but that's not our plan here for this series right now. So 27-16, we are at the halfway point of the season. I think we're sitting at the 5th seed right now, so we'll have to see what the team does as we head farther into the season and into the second half of the season, and see if we can obviously increase our standings and increase and get to a top and higher seed to where we're hopefully hosting a playoff series, but we'll have to see what ends up happening. We are sitting at the 6th in the power rankings, and we do have a couple of players averaging over 20 points per game, an 80 overall player on our team averaging 28 points per game. Incredible season for him. And then obviously our top player is at 22 points per game as well as we head farther along into the season. As we move on to the end of the regular season, we do take a look at our final record on the season, and we can see that we did finish the season 52-30, 6 games behind the Lakers for the number 1 spot in the division, and that does look like it locks us up for the number 5 seed, where we'll be on the road against the Clippers in round number 1. So we'll have to see how we're going to do. We'll take a quick peek at our standings, or at our points per game for our season, 28.5 for Senate, and that will, or for Scales, and that will lock him up for the second most points per game on the season. And then of course our 98 overall with 22 points per game and 13.5 rebounds per game as well. And we are going to be moving on, number 7th in the power rankings at an 85 overall. We'll have to see how we can fare in this first round of the playoffs, and we're going to be on the road in this first round after finishing the season 52-30. Moving on past the play-in tournament, we got Orlando, Chicago, and Portland and Houston respectively in their conferences. And as we move on to game number 1 against the Clippers, we can see that we do end up losing by 1 point, 116-115. We end up winning and tying it up in game number 2, losing game 3, losing game 4, and we are down 3-1 in this round. We are going to be heading through this game very quickly to see how we fare in this one, and it looks like we are down for the most part in this game, and we are losing by double digits, over a 10-point lead as we head farther into the 4th quarter, and we lose this one 111-97, and we get gentlemen swept in the first round of the playoffs against the Clippers on the road, 4-1. Not exactly how we wanted to finish the year, but we'll check how this season does end up finishing and who ends up winning it all at the end of it. As we sim through this, we have Memphis and the Pelicans and Philly and Chicago in the semi-finals or the conference championship games. As we move farther along into the season, we'll sim through this round and see who ends up ending up in the championship game, where we do see Philly against the Pelicans in this round. We'll see who ends up coming on top, and it's a 4-2 victory for the Pelicans, who end up coming on top. Rico Elliott Elliott, who I'm pretty sure had averaged the most points per game this season. We can take a quick look at the final placings for MVP, All-Pro, Conference, and of course, Coach of the Year. But that's pretty much going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys do enjoy this game, definitely I'm going to leave the link to download it down in the comment section below or down in the description. So definitely go check it out. Highly recommend this game, and it's only going to get better as the developer does update it over time.